different
This
sources and
conference
all.
will now be recorded.
So this data, the data which you're getting from different sources and all, so you'll be getting that. Now there are different tools and technologies in the market, like SpotFire is there, Tableau is there, Power BI is there, and many more are there. But I will say that SpotFire is something different from them. Okay, it is, I would say that more advanced than any other tool in the market. It is more advanced in the sense of regarding the capabilities, what it can do. Okay, so it can work on predictive analytics, statistical analysis, and all. So it can do a lot of things which other technologies can't do it, and it's also easy to learn. It takes a lot of customization also, which other tools and technologies does not have. So we can do a lot of scripting, a lot of coding in SpotFire. It can be using R and Python. It can be used HTML, JavaScript, uh, and other like R programming, SAS. So you can do a lot of programming also. Okay, it depends on your requirement, what all you can do. So SpotFire is one of the data visualization, one of the leading, I would say, data visualization tool in the market. Many more are there, but regarding the capabilities, SpotFire is much ahead than them. Okay, Power BI and Tableau are more popular, but still, in lot of advanced capabilities requirements, SpotFire will be the only fit. So here you have self-service BI, big data analytics, dashboarding, drill down visualizations, data access from multiple sources, geo mapping, and mobile BI. So these are few of the capabilities which SpotFire has. As I told you that it's a product of Tibco, so it's a Tibco data visualization software. Okay, and Spotfire was an individual company in way back in 2007. Tipco acquired that. Since then, it is called as Tipco Spotfire. It's basically an in-memory data analytical software which helps us to bring data into the memory of engine. Okay, and then performs the calculations, transactions, everything. If you are not speaking, please be on mute. There is a lot of disturbance coming up. So with the
Sorry
help
for
of
the
Spotfire,
inconvenience.
no issues. Thank you. Thank you. If you are using Spotify, then you can do a lot of things, lot of advanced visualization, reporting, dashboarding, and all. You can help your business owners to take better decisions than better like than before. Actually, it helps you to identify trends and patterns in your critical business data and all. And then you have incredible speed and flexibility. Okay, and then it's a basically a self-service data discovery platform across the organization. It doesn't matter which in which department you're working with, you can use Spotify, whether it's sales, finance, marketing, clinical, oil and gas, whatever you have. So Spotify basically lets you filter data interactively. You can read out this thing, but it's the main thing what Spotify helps you to get the data from different sources, whether it's like flat file, Excel, CSVs, like your SharePoint files, your JSON files, or like your cloud sources or anything. Amazon Redshift, Big Data, Hadoop, Hive, or your Amazon, your Redshift, Snowflake, whatever you have, data lakes and all, whatever. So wherever your data is residing, Spotify can load data from that. And once data is loaded, it can do a lot of things which uh, are required based on the business requirements. Whether it's like basic requirements to intermediate to advanced statistical analysis or like your predictive analytics and all. So the next thing what we have is like the components of Tipco Spotfire. So under Spotfire, there are many components which are there in the real-time projects, real-time environment. Once you will start your work, your project, you will realize that you have to deal with multiple components. First of them is like a Spotfire database, which is very critical part of environment. It's a database, personal database of Spotfire server. It can be SQL Server, Oracle, or Postgres. Okay, which is a open source. Then you have Spotify server, which is the heart of the environment. It's a server which manages all the stuff in Spotify environment. Then you have Node Manager, which manage all the reporting capabilities from the user's perspective. Okay, you can publish your reports, user like your services and everything on Node Manager. Then you have Spotify Analyst, the platform on which we'll be working, you will be working to create reports and dashboards. Okay, then you have consumer, which is nothing but a platform through which end user will access the report. It's just like a web browser, the kind of go meeting you have. So right now you connected to a Go meeting, you clicked on a link, you connected to the meeting, and we are communicating. Same way, like there will be a link for every report dashboard, which will be shared with users and they can open it through any of the browsers. Then there are a few advanced stuff like automation services, statistical services, which are configured on the SpotFire server, which using which you can do automation part of SpotFire tasks. And then using statistical services, you can use R programming, R, SAS, MATLAB, and many more like advanced programming languages. If you want to connect to some kind of data sources which are not available directly, then you can use ADS, which is now called as Tibco data virtualization. Okay, so advanced data services using the data virtualization software, you can connect, do all the pre-transformation, pre-cleaning of the data and everything, and then load the final data into SpotFire. Desktop is the trial version which you can download from SpotFire website, Tibco website. Just go and say download Tibco SpotFire trial, which will be 30 days trial. And that version which will be downloading, it will be coming with limited features, and it will be called as Tibco SpotFire Cloud Desktop or Tibco SpotFire Cloud Desktop. So this is the architecture we have. So as I told you, SpotFire server is the heart of the environment. We have SpotFire server, we have SpotFire database. We have installed SpotFire analyst and web player. At the backend, node manager is having node managers and automation services and web player services. So this is a big, overall like high level architecture. At the backend, you will see a lot of things which are happening here like this. So you have SpotFire professional, means your analyst, a developer. You are going to be working as a developer. You will be working on it like, and you will publish your reports to the server. Server and node manager are in sync with each other at all the time. So now as a user, when user opens the report using the browser, using browser, Internet Explorer, Mozilla, Chrome, Safari, whatever, okay, they will access the reports, which is going to check with SpotFire server, and it will load that for them. In the backend, we have SpotFire database, which will have all the stuff stored. Authentication methods, different types of authentication, LDAP servers and everything. JDBC, ODBC connection through which you will connect to data sources. So this is the overall diagram which you will be seeing it. Next thing what you will see is a development diagram, life cycle. So as a developer, you will be creating your reports, dashboards on SpotFire Analyst that will be published to SpotFire Web Player. In this sense, what happens actually, you are publishing that to SpotFire server, and through server it reaches to SpotFire Web Player. Now, as a user, you will be as an end user or a developer. If you try to access the reports, first your authentication and authorization will be done. So first thing, like when the authentication will be done, you know that username and password, okay, and authorization will be done later, whether you are able to authorize or allowed to authorize on this particular folder or not. If everything goes fine, you will be allowed to see that particular report. Now, when you're accessing the report as a user, you might see, okay, what all the dashboards are created, what all the reports are created. And based on that, you will provide the feedback to the user, to the developers. Now, based on the feedback, if everything goes fine, it will be moved to the next environment, which will be UAT or production environments. And if any enhancements are required, it will be given to the developers, and you developers will modify it, and the cycle will continue. Okay, and once it is everything is finalized, the report will be published to production environment. This is the development life cycle. Then we have roles and descriptions. Basically, like as a developer, if you are new or if you are working as a developer, then you will be part of like a team which will take care of the requirements. So requirements can be like taken by the BAs which you might have in your team, or you will be working with end users or stakeholders who will take care of like requirements, and then you have to document them. So the requirements will be documented, and a lot of things will be done, approvals and everything. And once everything is done, the requirements will come to the developers, who are also called as SpotFire authors. So as a SpotFire developer, your job will be to understand the requirements, get the data from different sources, whatever sources are there, and then start building the reports, dashboards. Okay. So it means like you will take care of all the charts, requirements, KPIs, what all is required, and then you will bring up a dashboard up and running. There is another role in this which is called as SpotFire administrator. So these are the people who manage the environment. I'm not sure like if you're going to work on both sides, But in my role, like I work on development and administration both. So here it can be one person or it can be different people also. As a developer, you may not have access to administration part. So administrators are those people who have experience on the SpotFire servers, managing it, applying hotfixes, upgrades, and everything, managing everything, a day-to-day task of environment maintenance. So their job is to install and configuration SpotFire platform. This is one-time job, obviously. Upgrading from lower end version to higher end versions, it will be very regularly, means like once a year or kind of thing. They might be upgrading once a year, twice a year. So it depends on that. And applying hot fixes, which is almost every 2 months kind of thing, we'll get hot fixes to update the servers, the way we apply the updates on our mobile and laptops. And then like providing permissions to the users and developers, migrating stuff from one environment to another environment, all that will be done by administrators. So these are the three main roles basically. It's not that like you will be getting a BA kind of role separately. No, you might be the person who will be doing both the jobs, getting the requirements from users and then developing reports and dashboards. So you might be the person who will be doing both the stuff. So this is how it works in real-time projects. If you're lucky, then you might have a BAs who will take care of requirements, and those requirements will be shared with you to create reports and dashboards. So this is just an example why like so if I ask you this thing, okay, like this is the data and all, just an example here. Okay, so if you have this data and if I ask you, okay, what all the insights this data is having, it's really tough. So what you can do, you can just bring this data into SpotFire and you can create very advanced level dynamically reports with lot of functionalities, where if you see that I have a 5-page dashboard where I have home page, which will be the landing page. We have custom panel, which is like having different kind of options to select y-axis, select x-axis, different filters. Then I have property controls, date selection, year over year growth, and so on. So this way a user will be able to see what a very advanced level of dashboard, based on which they can do their decision making, they can take some decisions. Again, all that you are helping in that. So this is just an introduction of like of our Spotify slide. Other than this, like what we do is like we'll be taking care of all the development part. Okay, okay, what all is required into day-to-day tasks. Okay, if kind of like interviews are there, what can be interview question from a particular topic. When I go through any topic, I try to help you understand that okay, what all questions can be asked from this, how interview questions will be there. Okay, and into day-to-day tasks, like what kind of requirements will be there. Requirements like will be based on what existing reports are there, you have to convert them, or it will be new set of requirements. So these things will be part of our training sessions. Any questions, any doubts?
Sir, can you please tell me the Power BI and the Power BI version and the SpotFire version? Can you please tell me
What is that?
what is the difference between Power BI tool and the SpotFire tool?
See, there is no such difference. I will say that in the current market, Power BI is the best. I'm using Power BI also.
Yes,
Okay,
both
I'm
are
using
the
training.
yes, both are the yes, both are the business tool, right?
Yes, both are data visualization softwares. Okay, Power BI is like
Okay,
a product from Microsoft, and Spotfire is product from Tibco. But from the features and the ease of doing things, like you can say that okay, uh, Spotfire is much advanced actually. Okay,
okay,
okay, so Spotfire is much advanced compared to features and everything. While Power BI is also good, you can do a lot of things, data modeling and everything in Power BI. And what else? Like it's almost same only. It's not like this is good or this is bad. It depends on the requirement. If you know one, you will be able to get job. If you know both, you will be able to get job quickly. That is how it works. It will be
okay,
advantageous for any of the person.
okay.
Yeah. Any other question? Anything which you want to ask?
No, sir.
Okay, so what are your requirements? Like, do you work or you are upgrading yourself? What is like?
No, no. Yeah, actually, I'm searching a job, sir.
Okay, okay. So you already work on some technologies?
No, no. Yeah, I have already working in substation, electrical substation. I'm background of my BTech in electrical and electronics engineering.
Okay, okay,
So I'm interested
okay,
in software side.
okay, okay. Okay, so that's all from my side. You can check remaining things with Prakash.
Okay.
So any experience with database, Excel or
Yeah,
anything?
I have Java experience, sir. 1 year.
Java experience. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, SpotFire side is already offer is ready, but 1 month notice period time.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So that's why I'm learning.
Okay. Sure. You can check remaining things with Prakash if you want. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay. It's completed.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, nothing from my side. Nothing from my side.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.